Sonam Wangchuk has become a household name in the country. Those who did not know this award-winning environment activist from Ladakh and were not familiar with his work now know everything about his resilience. And all thanks to the Narendra Modi government. It is because of this government's silence that people who were otherwise oblivious to the problem in the education sector as well as the other sectors in the country have been vocal and demanding answer from the government. For those who are still unaware of the situation, here's a recapitulation. Wangchuk joined the Cockroach Janta Party's protest at Jantar Mantar, demanding Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation about a month ago. The demand follows the exam paper leak of NEET, one of the most competitive national exam for those who are aspiring to become doctor. The examination was cancelled and it affected lakhs of students across the country, making their future uncertain. Some of these young talents could not bear the stress, anxiety, and chose to take their life. Yes, so far, 20 people died by suicide in different states. This year's paper leak was the second in 3 years after 2024 fiasco. After the NEET exam paper leak, this year as a series of misconduct were reported in states like Maharashtra, Rajasthan. So, in this scenario, isn't the demand for the resignation of Union Minister justified? Wangchuk started his hunger strike 3 weeks back. He is accompanied by a group of young activists. Now, the question is, how has this affected central government and those in power? The answer is a monosyllable. Nothing. Not a word has come from any government dispensation, not a statement from the Prime Minister's office, and definitely not from the minister whose resignation is being demanded. Now let us see what our Honorable Prime Minister was doing during all this time when Wangchuk was on hunger strike and demanding not only the resignation of Pradhan but also cleaning up the education system in the country. The hunger strike started on June 28 when Narendra Modi was visiting Seychelles as a part of his diplomatic tour. He was receiving the highest state honor from the government of Seychelles when his countrymen were fighting for their basic right to education. The Prime Minister visited 4 nations past 3 weeks, sealing deals and defense and trade. This was when his country's education system, which is one of the most important sector in any country, was witnessing a deep crisis. Not only the Prime Minister was generous enough to meet the non-residential Indians in those countries, including Australia. In fact, those Indians living in foreign land did not care to ask their Honorable Prime Minister why the condition of education system of their motherland is spiraled down, or even if they had the Indian media was kind enough not to show the ignominy that Modi must have suffered. But the point is, when the Prime Minister of the country was expected to address his countrymen on his land who are suffering and demanding and urging for answers, he was busy addressing people in foreign countries. Why? Does he not care about the future of youth in the country? Or he consider education as secondary subject as compared to defense and trade? Or is it he is too embarrassed to address the citizens and the media? Wangchuk's health is deteriorating and people from all quarters are requesting him to end the hunger strike. One of the social media content maker appealed to him and other young activists to end their fast, saying the government is heartless and it does not matter if the activists end their lives. For a change, it was heartening to see handful of Bollywood actors like Sonakshi Sinha Atul Kulkarni have come in support of Wangchuk and the cause of his fighting. At the same time, it is annoying to see Amir Khan scurrying to defend his film Three Idiot, saying it was not inspired by Wangchuk, and then casually extending his pinky support to entire issue. Just to inform the great actor, Wangchuk and other young activists of the country will do without his support. But for those who genuinely concerned about the whole situation, here's what is so worrying about the current situation. A government without accountability and compassion is dangerous and is a threat to its own citizens. A government that maintains silence when the youth of the country is seeking questions. A government that ignores plea of citizens of the conflict-torn state. A government that overlooks the demand of the poor citizens protesting against a devastating project in Madhya Pradesh cannot be the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The silence is not only deafening but also an attack on the constitutional rights of the Indian citizens. And with all this, the opposition of the country is divided and bickering over other topics. They just don't seem to agree on anything. And not without even the single biggest crisis facing the country. With such weak opposition and so much egoistic government, it is only the citizens' concerted decision that can shape the future of the country.